Welcome back, Ramblers. For those who have just joined us, we're in the middle of our ultimate 10-day Alaskan cruise adventure.
Starting from Seattle, Washington, our first port was Ketchikan, Alaska, known as the salmon capital of the world and host to the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show.
Juneau was the next stop. This Alaskan state capital is famous for its whale-watching tours, Mendenhall Glacier, and its vibrant culture.
Our third port was the gateway to the Klondike. Here in Skagway, you can go on an epic mountain train ride, explore the town's mining history, and have a reindeer fart in a restaurant celebrating the world's oldest profession.
From Skagway, we visit my favorite place in all of Alaska, Glacier Bay National Park. Stunning tidewater glaciers, diverse wildlife, and dynamic glacial landscapes showcase the forces of nature carving and shaping the coastline.
Next stop is Icy Strait Point. Here we board the Sky Glider gondola to a breathtaking view from Mount Hoona, and down at the bottom, we visit the Hoona Cannery and Crab Shack for the most Alaskan Bloody Mary, complete with a crab claw.
Now that you're all caught up, let's get rambling around Sitka, Alaska. Stick with us, we're going to show you that an excursion isn't necessary as we take you around Sitka, experiencing the Russian history, culture, and food in our country's largest city.
If this is your first tour with us, I'm Ron.
I'm Jody, and we're just rambling around.
Let's get rambling, Ramblers.
There it is. The old Eagle, God bless America. Isn't that right? God bless America.
Sure, all you have to do is hold it.
Yeah, just hold it. It's snapping about 30.
You gotta hold it like that. Yeah, there you go.
It's snapping about 30 frames a second, so I'll have about 300 pictures to choose from.
Okay, you got it.
Thanks.
Become the best way. Thank you very much. Good morning, Ramblers. We landed in Sitka today, and it was quite easy. We just hopped off the ship, and it looks like they have a lot of shuttles for us to get on. Of course, there's only one cruise ship, so this should be easy. But it was right here, and we're gonna head into the town of Sitka.
Baranof Island. Sitka is actually the biggest city in the United States land-wise, okay? Land-wise. Because it encompasses all of Baranof Island. That makes sense. But there's a lot of history here.
Well, that was super easy. We just took the shuttle. It was like about a 5-7 minute shuttle. Brings us right to the middle of Sitka. Get a lot of information while you're on that shuttle. We really appreciated our shuttle driver. He told us where to go in town. So let's explore the town of Sitka today. We decided not to do an excursion. We've never been here before. We might change our mind because it looks like they're offering them everywhere. We're gonna go inside the Centennial building and see what they have to offer. Going inside Centennial Hall.
Centennial Hall is Sitka's cultural living room, where the party, the art, and the history all meet under one roof. Depending upon the date and time of your arrival, you may be browsing a local craft fair, catching some live music, or wandering right into the Sitka History Museum. Today we are greeted by the friendly volunteers to give us maps and ideas of what to explore during our port visit.
So I think we got a game plan here. So let's head on outside and look at some history. It has a large Russian influence because of the history, because that's who we bought it from. And so let's go check that out and see how it is.
Okay, that's great. They give you the map and everything you need.
Right in front of us in the marina here on Sitka Island, there are actually more boats than cars. And then that stretch of road that we took to Sitka from the terminal is only 14 miles long, and that is the longest paved road that they have here on Sitka, or at least the most maintained. I see it.
Oh, I see a brewery sign. It's all over now. We're 15 minutes from the brewery.
Through Totem Park.
Going to the brewery. It's a good little walk.
It is, you know, it's nice. It's nice, even in the brisk weather. You know, it warms you up going over to the Totem Park.
I noticed they're selling that as an excursion, but if you're somebody who can walk, I think they said this is only a 15-minute walk to the Totem Park.
Half a mile, right.
Yeah, and then walk through the park, and you can go further. You can actually walk to the Raptor Center. So if you're somebody who really likes to get some of that ship food off your body, and it's important to you to get moving, this can be done very easily. So we may not go to the Raptor Center, but I will take a double look at that just to see how far it is. But I believe it's just an additional 15 minutes after you get through the Totem Park that you just need to continue on to the Raptor Center. So
yeah, so here we are getting up to the Sitka National Historic Park. That's where they have all the totem poles. So really excited to see that, part of a great culture and history.
as we get closer to the Totem Park, we can see all the shuttles coming in, dropping people off. So that's an option. But if you don't want to pay for that because you want to get some exercise and walk, this is very easy.
Yeah, this is a nice walk.
Really it is.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. I mean, we're from the Pacific Northwest. We are always walking trails like this.
And you have beautiful views of the bay and the totem poles.
Yeah, and little areas where you can go out and just sit and relax and look out at the water. And like Ron said, these totem poles are gorgeous. Not every day you go walking through a trail in the forest and find totem poles along the way.
As we're walking through here, these totem poles this is not the original intention of how these totem poles are to be displayed, you know, in the forest in a grouping like this. But typically they're usually just one per village, and they represent, you know, what's going on in the history of the village. And sometimes whoever carved it, some of the stories are personal. You may not even know what that image represents or what that carving represents, because we just have no way of knowing it. But it means something to that village or that clan, the tribe at that time. Irregardless, they're all beautiful, and we can see these in a great display here at the Sitka National Forest.
These carvings could take them, I think I heard one time, 6 or 9 months. It can take a long time to work on one totem pole. So far, so good. This trail is amazing, but I just saw the biggest pile of poo ever. And I think it was bear. They say be bear aware, so keep an eye on things. At the end of this trail is a pot of gold, at least Ramblin type of gold. There's a brewery.
Well, maybe an amber, a red. I don't know about a gold, but maybe a gold nail, but an amber or red.
You know, I'll go hike anywhere if there's a beer at the end of it. So there's several different ways you can go. Those trails in there go many different directions. You can take a lot of trails. But we did see that if we come out of the trail, we get to a sidewalk and we're on a different section of town. And we did see there was a brewery. There's the sign.
Yeah.
I wonder if we should cross the street if it's over there.
We can cross the street up here.
Okay, it's a busy street.
Here, let's do it. He's turning.
I'm not like that.
Here we go. Woo, we made it. Yeah, so we've crossed the ocean. We went through glaciers and forests just to get to the brewery.
Through the forest of bears,
Yeah.
just to get to this brewery today. Hey, this is a great time to remind you to hit like, hit subscribe, become a Rambler. It is free to become a Rambler, and we'll keep taking you on these adventures. Hope you're having a good time. If you love coffee, you're gonna love this coffee stout. It's heavy on the coffee, really good. So this is ways out of town. We walked for at least 25, 30 minutes going through the totem pole area and showing up here at this end. So we will have quite a walk back, but we'd love to find breweries, so we're very happy with this brewery. That coffee stout was amazing, and Ron had some great sours, and wherever we go, we make sure we hit those breweries, and we are happy with this brewery. Way to go. Good job. It's cold and rainy. I'm doing the best I can. We are showing you how much Russian influence is here, and so many beautiful churches, and the bishop's house you can visit. We're not going to visit that today. We have a long list. Russian dumplings, they were good.
Yeah, they got the potato ones are a lot of starch, actually, not just a little bit, a lot of starch, and then the meat-filled dumplings were great.
Yeah.
Good flavor, the curry, the cilantro and everything. I recommend getting them, the sour cream, real good. Definitely stop by.
I would recommend actually just sharing one yourself. The one with the beef in the middle was better than the potato. So share one, enjoy it. With the Russian influence around here, what better place to stop in at? And we will find something else too.
Located in the heart of Sitka, St. Michaels Cathedral stands as a living testament to Russian American history. Constructed between 1844 and 1848 under the guidance of Bishop Innocent Venianomov, it was the first Russian Orthodox cathedral built in North America and became the seat of the entire Diocese of North America. Crafted of spruce logs and insulated with sailcloth materials drawn from seafaring traditions, it embodied faith and ingenuity. In 1966, a fire devastated the original structure, but parishioners rescued priceless icons, the royal doors, the chandelier, and more. Rebuilt faithfully using 1961 blueprints, the new cathedral was consecrated in 1978. Inside, treasures that survive are in display cases, ensuring that the cathedral remains not just a structure, but a sacred vessel of culture, memory, and hope.
When you come here, definitely check it out. It has historic artifacts, really something to behold, and do not miss it.
Yeah, it is really beautiful in there, so I'm really glad we stopped in here. And what, did you already say it's like the first one ever built in America?
Yeah, North America. Yeah. First Russian Orthodox cathedral in North America.
So in true Ramblin style, you know, we visited a cathedral, very beautiful. Now it's time for us to go get a drink. Ernie's Old Time Saloon, also I believe some sort of National Historic place. Ernie's has been around for a very long time, and you don't want to miss it.
Here at Ernie's, we're going to meet up with the Wild Blue Wanderers themselves, Scott and Ashley. We're going to have an impromptu YouTube meeting to discuss how Sitka is going, have a few beers, a few laughs, and to make our way back into town to show you a little more of Sitka, Alaska.
That is proof that we've been here in Alaska drinking, besides the video.
So if you come to Ernie's Old Time Saloon, I'll have to double check that, I know it's Ernie's. Just come by and say hi to us.
And then right there, and we got Ashley and Scott from Wild Blue Wanderers.
There we go.
So there we are.
Right on.
Break time's over. Back to work.
Done. Ernie's Old Time Saloon.
Across the street from Ernie's stands the Sitka Pioneer Home. Built in 1934 on the grounds of a former military post that once guarded Alaska's frontier. For decades, soldiers patrolled these shores, shaping the community's history. Today, that service lives on as the home provides care and dignity to Alaska's elderly, continuing on that tradition of protection.
There's a lot of history around here, and it's really nice to look at some of the architecture. It's gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the castle looks like. We're going to head over to a castle right now, too, and show you that.
Up some steps from the Sitka Pioneer Home is the Baranof Castle State Historic Site. Up here on this hill, the Tlingit once stood watch over their land. The Russians took it in 1804, built a fancy governor's mansion nicknamed Baranof's Castle, even though it wasn't a castle at all. In 1867, we bought it from the Russians, and right here, the Russian flag came down, the American flag went up. In 1959, Alaska's brand new state flag flew high. So where's the mansion? It burned down in 1894. All that's left is the view and a hill that's seen centuries of history.
Really, the reason why we own Alaska now is because the Russians were losing money. They were losing a lot of money. They decided to sell it to us for $7 million. So their misfortune was our windfall, and here we are. You know, what a great place now to say it's America.
We are now leaving Sitka, and it was a great little place to adventure around for the day. It's a good port. We enjoyed it. Totem Park, I think, is a must. If you're somebody who can walk around for a couple miles, it was a beautiful little area.
Yeah, it was a great little, you know, it was raining a little bit, but it was fun. It was nice to see it. You know, it's water from the rainforest, and then, you know, on the other side of it was the brewery. The brewery was a good visit. You know, coming on back, we saw historic Sitka. One of my favorite highlights was seeing Eileen.
Oh, I know. Okay, listen, when we were with our bus driver on the way to downtown this morning, he said, he pointed at this purple home down there and it was very bright. He goes, there's a woman in town and she has purple hair and she loves the color purple. That's the woman who owns this house. So Ron and I are walking around the park, just filming things, and all of a sudden I look and go, there's a woman with purple hair, purple shoes, purple clothes, purple glasses. She was fully purple. And we said, do you live in the purple house? And she was excited. She was glad that, you know, she's like, oh, and we said, can we take a picture with the famous lady? And
introduced ourselves, and Eileen, what a wonderful woman, real nice. That's kind of a good note to end our trip on in Sitka there, right before, you know, we had a little bite before we left, you know, over there at the Bayside or Bayview Brewery or Bayview Restaurant. And
Oh yeah, so we went to Bayview Restaurant, had a couple beers from other breweries throughout Alaska. Thanks for following us here in Sitka. We are going to hop back on board. We get a full day at sea, and that one, we're planning on doing something very special.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. So stick with us. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, become a Rambler. There's no charge to become a Rambler. And please follow us because we've got a couple more days and we're going to Victoria, Canada. And I got to tell you, I've got a lot of plans for Victoria. I'm really excited to share that with you because I haven't been there in 30 years and I'm sure a lot has changed.
Yep. All right, let's go.
All right, let's get rambling.